welcome back, and we are continuing working on our Show Me the Bio app. Now all we need to do is to figure out a way to display a profile image and our bio text when users click either one of our musicians here. There's obviously many ways to do this, but one of the things that I think it's for simplicity what we can do, as we know, we can pass as many extras here in our intent as we need. Let's pass another one here, Bach intent that put extra. Let's call this name, and for this case here, our name is going to be Bach. Let's do the same for Mozart. So Mozart intent that put extra. I'm going to call here also name is equal to Mozart. Perfect. Once we have that, because we're sending two pieces of information here, one is just the Mozart and the bio, and the other one we actually send the name for each one. Okay, so let's go to our details activity. Let's go ahead and fetch the names. So string name is equal to extras dot get string, and we want to get the name. So if we are here and we click on, let's see here, click on Bach, what's going to happen when it gets here, it's going to, our name here is going to be Bach. And if we do the other one, it's going to be Mozart. Of course, our name here is going to be Mozart. Let's get rid of this since we're not going to be using. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and create a method that will take in this name and then will display, go and fetch the extra, the data, the bio text, depending on which name has been referred to. Okay, so say public void show details, and it takes in a string of type, let's say m name for clarity. And here we say if m name, what we're passing in here, is equal to, say, Bach, then what we want to do, we want to set our profile image to Bach and get also the bio text of Bach. So how do we do that? There we go. First thing we say, we just go profile image dot set image drawable. Inside we say get resources and that, and then dot get drawable, and then inside of our get drawable method we say r dot drawable. So we're accessing our drawable folder here and say get the image. In this case would be Bach image. And also let's go ahead and say bio text, which is this text here, and the dot set text. And we know that our bundle extras here, it's what's holding all of our data coming from our main activity. Now the problem here, we have instantiated our extra inside of our own create. So this extra is not going to be visible here in our function. So what are we going to do? We're going to transfer this extra and create it here at the top here. Let's say private bundle extras, right there. So that here now we can just call it extras. That way this is visible anywhere in our class. So now inside here we can actually go ahead and fetch this extra, which we are getting the intent to get extras here. Okay, so then we can say extras dot get string. We want to put a key. In this case, of course, it's going to be Bach. Or I can just pass in our name, because I know it's going to be whichever name we have it here, we're passing in. Excellent. So that's done for our Bach. We can then say else if m name is equal to, say, Mozart, right? We essentially do the same thing too. So let's just copy this so that we don't have to do everything again. Now instead of Bach, it's Mozart here. So let's just do dot Mozart profile and set extra name. Alright, so now we can then call our show details here inside here. And as you can see, it passes in a name, a string, so we have the string here that holds that name key here, which is this name key, which in return gives us the Bach or Mozart. So we pass it in here, the name. But before we do that, let's make sure here, as you can see, we're saying name is equal to Mozart. Let's use a string has a lot of functions we can use. Let's just use name, since it's a type string, and say dot equals, and inside we put Bach. Okay, let's do the same here with the second one. It equals, and then we pass in our Mozart here. It's running. All right, let's start with Mozart. And there it is. You have a picture of Mozart, and have a little bio here. Let's go back. Let's go to Bach, and there it is. One thing you notice, there's no padding here in the text. It kind of looks a little bit strange. Let's go ahead and put some padding to the left here, or to the entire, so that it looks a little bit better. So let's go back to our actual details here. Move this back down here. In our text view, let's say Android padding. There's a lot of different paddings. In this case, we're just going to put a general padding all around. Let's say padding of 10 dp. Let's save that. Go back to our app. Let's run. Okay, now let's go back. And there we go. As you can see, much better. You can play around with padding and all sort of things. Now, how about, let's just put their name here. Wouldn't that be great? Just below here. Let's try to do that. Let's go to our details here. Let's just say text view. Enter. And I'm going to say wrap content. And the same wrap content, and enter. Let's give it an ID. So Android ID. Enter. We're going to call it name. That's enough. And we're going to say Android layout center horizontal to be true, so that it's all centered horizontally. Let's take a look at here in our design. There it is, our image. Where is it? Let's say then, here's another XML widget property we can add. You can say Android layout below, and then we put at ID, and then we want it to be below our image view here. So what we can do, we can just say image view has details image, so copy that and put it here. As you can see, let's give it a little text so we can see here. So we can see how things are going to look. Oh, there it is. Perfect. So that's perfect. So it's really below our image view there. Let's give it a little different color. So you can say Android text color. We can just specify our own. All of our hexadecimal colors start with a pound sign. I don't know. Let's start with, let's see, D, E, F, D, E, F. No, let's go here. Click on this here, and let's change to something that could be potentially better than what we're trying to do. Let's get that one. Okay. Let's save that and look. Okay, that looks fine. That looks great. I like it. Perfect. Now, if we go back to our details here, in order to put, let's go ahead and create another text view here. So we're going to say private text view. We're going to say this name. That's fine. And here we're going to go and get the ID. So name is equal to type of text view. I'm going to say find view by ID, r.id, and then we named it. We didn't give it an ID. We did give an ID. Let's see what was the ID. name. Oh, very handy. Name. So here, what we could do then, we can just say, in this case, name.set text, it's going to be equal to m name. Let's get rid of this. We will just m name like that. We do the same here, copy and paste. Perfect. Now if you run this app again, we should be able to see our names showing. Alright, there it is. Let's go to Mozart. And there it is, Mozart. Perfect. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Got text here. Let's get rid of this. And we can say Android size. Let's give it, let's say 20 SP. Perfect. Save that and run. Okay, it's running. There it is. And let's go to Bach. Perfect. So now we have their name and then we have their little bio. Very, very nice. Congratulations. You've now learned how to pass data between two activities and how to check which button was clicked and then display details of that button or of that, in this case, of that musician, classical musician that we have implemented here. That's wonderful. As you can see also, there's a lot of things you can do with this app, right? You can change the background, you can put your own images here, you can put, if you go back here, you can have more items here, you could put other musicians, or you can come up with other things you want to have bios of, and etc. Obviously, this is very limiting because then we have only so much space here. We will learn other ways to create a scroll view or scrollable view and lists and so forth. But this gives you an idea on how to create an app to display details on the second screen. Congratulations. Go ahead and create your own apps now and explore more. I'll see you in the next video.